Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Potential Unleashed. I am back with another One Piece review. This is One Piece chapter 1011. It's a little bit later because the scans dropped later for some reason. No clue why. It may have something to do with the fact there's a break next week. Not sure, but it's a pretty good chapter still involving Kuma and his flashback. But if you guys enjoy regular reviews like these, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. With that, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's get into the review. The chapter, it starts off with Kuma. He is at the Goa Kingdom. We see Luffy. He is training, trying to master his gum techniques before he goes out to sea. He is currently 16 years old at this time, meaning that this happened 3 years ago. There is a little bit of a flashback within the flashback of Kuma and Dragon having a conversation, talking about how Dragon is familiar with this island, that there's a small village and a boy is there. And Dragon, he says, well, talking about this, you might as well kill me yourself, because a child is a parent's weak spot. And Kuma, he knows this all too well, so he ends up dropping the subject, saying he'll pretend like he never saw him. Because like I mentioned earlier, Kuma, he was willing to do everything to save Bonnie, and that is his weak spot, so he respected Dragon in this aspect. Luffy, he talks about how he's going to name this attack the Gum Axe, and he's going to use it in case whenever he has his crew and somebody tries to take him away. It takes me back to when he used it on Arlong. Whenever Arlong tried to take Nami from him, it was really cool that Oda decided to sprinkle in Luffy's training and kind of tie it back into the story. Kuma, he gets a call from the world government and he has to go, and Luffy's like, whoa, I thought I saw somebody strong. Nevertheless, he goes back to training, and Kuma, he goes around, he has to take on different pirates that are causing disturbances, and he is sinking different ships, different individuals, where he, during all of this, is constantly writing to Bonnie, trying to tell her about his adventures and constantly reminding her that he cares for her. Which, cutting back to the Sorbet Kingdom, every single day that she has tried and looked for these letters that Kuma has sent her and nothing has happened, where the different individuals that are there are telling her, hey, it could just have been lost in the mail, the news coups, you know, something could have happened there, that Kuma, he's so far away, it's probably taking a long time for the letters to get here. But in actuality, the CPA agent, her name is Alufa, she is going and she is taking the letters, she's ripping it up, destroying them, because she doesn't want to give, number one, Bonnie hope, and Kuma trying to really destroy the relationship, because that's something that the world government didn't really want to happen. Which, it kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie to you. All he wants to do, he is willing to sacrifice himself, he's willing to be a warlord to see, be a mindless slave. If only he could write these letters to his daughter, it would probably fulfill him with much more happiness. But Saturn, he doesn't want Kuma to experience that, and it's so fluffed up that this is happening, especially because he is devoted to the world government and he's doing everything within his power to try and be a good warlord, and he just wants his daughter to be happy. This is the last he'll ever be able to write to her, because the next year he is going to lose his will. It's also interesting to note that whenever Bonnie, she is playing with the different citizens of the Sorbet Kingdom, she has her devil fruit, and the world government doesn't know this, because the queen, she's trying to keep it a secret, because she's like, hey, everybody does need to know, and she's right. But whenever Bonnie is using her devil fruit, it kind of looks like, remember when Luffy, he used his muscle from Gear 5th, it kind of looks like that, where Alufa is like, hey, I kind of thought that you were big just now, but in actuality she didn't get a good look. She's been lying to her about her not really being sick, using placebos, all of that. Cutting back to Egghead, we see Stussy, we see Vegapunk. He ended up cutting his head, and he's going to upload his brain eventually, and also he talks about trying to improve Egghead. I also love the fact that Stussy was like, hey, you know, who's going to be more human between the two of us, me being a clone or you being a human that loses your humanity? Is pretty interesting. That's the statement. Also, the way that the Vegapunk described how Kuma would be whenever his personality is erased. He says something along the lines of, you'll not only lose your memories, but your empathy or humanity holding back from fulfilling such a command. And he was referencing in killing a child. This kind of reminded me a lot of Sanji and Germa 66 whenever they lost their emotions and how they can do whatever they want. Heck, they even laughed when they were about to be killed. And Sanji was talking about how he was scared about that if he lost his emotions, he would be a soldier that could do anything on command, which is what Kuma ended up being. And like I mentioned earlier, he has a year before this happens. Kuma wants to write as many letters to Bonney as he possibly can, which goes back to what Kuma said at Sabaody when he talked to Luffy, saying, hey, this is the last time that we'll talk like this because I won't be the same person. Cutting back to Bonney, she is celebrating her 9th birthday and she's still sad, still crying because Kuma has not written her a letter. Well, he has, but she has not received one yet. We also see the revolutionaries in this chapter, how Kuma, there's different times where he acts, saves the revolutionaries whenever they're in trouble, and then leaves without a word. And we actually got Dragon saying something in this chapter. I mean, holy crap, he barely said anything. He has like the little ellipses, but he says in essence that Kuma, he's probably doing something for his reasons. This is why we're left in the dark, which is true. He can't really explain everything to why he became a warlord. Heck, even Sabo and Koala last chapter were like, this isn't like Kuma. But if he did tell them why he did it, that it was for Bonney, then everybody in the Revolutionary Army would try their best to try to overthrow the government and fight for him, which is kind of doing something, and he would enjoy it, but it would make the situation what they're fighting for pretty messy. Bonney's been cured for a while now, and she's starting to get a little bit pissed because Alufa is like, hey, I'm not letting you leave the island. You're going to stay here and you're just going to be a bubble girl, even though she is cured. Where the queen ends up telling her, well, in actuality, Alufa, she's perfectly fine. Alufa, she's part of the world government, but Bonney, you're fine. They're just hiding Kuma's letters as well. So Bonney, what you're going to do is you're going to use the different individuals that are here, like Gyogyo, he's strong, and other fishmen as well. They're like ruffians or a pack of hooligans. So you're going to sail out to sea and go find your father. So what happens is Queen Dewagger, she ends up trying to be a step in for Bonney, where Bonney, she uses her fruit, goes out, she goes and uses Goyogo, there's Potato, there's Tot. She's going to join them, go out to sea and search for Kuma. And I find it cool that her ship, it's based off of a pizza. And then Alufa, she also is like, oh, well, I see where the heck is Bonney. She notices that something's up and she tries and goes after her. She's using the 6 powers, and there is somebody, I think that's Gyogyo, I could be mistaken, but he talks about, yo, this 6 powers user, and it's kind of weird because I don't think that he would have known somebody to have used the 6 powers, because CP agents are supposed to be like kind of a secret. But nevertheless, she's going after Bonney, talking about she's going to beat her within an inch of her life. She's going to chain her up and lock her up forever. This is where Bonney, she remembers her having a dialogue with Kuma about Nika, talking about what he's like, that he's made of rubber and there's no limit to what he could do. And then Bonney uses a distorted future attack and punches the mess out of Alufa, or Alpha. The reason why I'm saying Alufa is because 2 chapters ago, all right, in the scans, they said that that's how it's pronounced, even though it's spelled Alpha. So if I am wrong, let me know in the comment section below. But he punches her and Bonney knocks her the fluff out. This isn't the first time that we've seen a distorted future attack. Bonney, she used it. I don't have the exact chapter off the top of my head, but she did use it whenever she tried to attack Vegapunk. Bonney sets off to sea, and they say that the world government was notified that she left her prison and that she's going to look for her father. And just like these Straw Hats, Bonney, she ended up making her name famous. Really good chapter. Really sad how they are trying to keep this gentle giant who complied with everything that they asked of him away from his daughter, and his daughter wants to go see her father again. It's really touching that both of these individuals, that they care for each other and that they do anything in order to see each other again, really touching with a break next week. Let me know how you guys felt about this chapter in the comment section below. Like I said, I want to apologize that it's uploaded, or my review's uploaded a day later. This because there was something wrong with the scans and we weren't able to get them when we typically would, but nevertheless, better late than never. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out a new video from me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. So on the screen and the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.